Do you remember in elementary school when you'd read a book together as a class and maybe your teacher would call on you to read a section of the book? And you'd be doing fine, but then you would encounter a word that you've only ever read in your head and you've never actually said aloud. And it's only when the class bursts out laughing that you realize it's not pronounced foyer or recluse, something like that. Well, I think it's something similar with feelings. I've seen the word grief before, but I don't know if I've ever actually felt it. All of a sudden, why do I have this feeling like someone's standing on my chest and my fingers are going numb and I want to throw up at the same time? What's with that? In picking up from my last video, I talked about how it was important to be specific when we are choosing our competing responses. We want to be a little precise with things because our competing responses probably won't be as effective as our BFRB, which seems to magically cover everything. But I maybe was getting a little bit ahead of myself. Before selecting a precise competing response, I realized that I have so many emotions that, I don't even know what they're like. So this table, it kind of starts looking something like this, where some of these feelings are a little fuzzy or hazy, and I can't quite pin down. So, the plot thickens, and what the heck do we do? Well, I think it's important to define what success is and what success isn't. For example, I don't think success looks like this. I'm very skeptical that there's going to be one competing response that magically covers every single discomfort emotion that our BFRB seems to do. And I think this is putting too much pressure on these competing responses. Just because a competing response doesn't look like this, it doesn't mean it's a bad one. Maybe it's just we need to be more selective of what discomfort it's meeting. So I think success is going to more look like this. I think we're going to have a combination of different competing responses depending on which discomfort is bothering us the most. And I also think it's important to note that there are going to be gaps, I think there are going to be situations feelings that we've never felt before, so we don't even know how to respond yet. There's no strategy. And I think that's okay. I think that's just part of growing up.